What the fuck?
Oh, no.
You can't tell someone to count down from 5. You hit it, didn't you?
Yep.
You hit it. Good evening, shoppers. Welcome to Tuesday night of New Comics on the Table. We are very excited to be here with you. I'm here with John Shear. I'm here with Andrea, who's behind the camera this evening, so everybody can wave to her.
Messing up our countdown, sorry.
Yep. No. It's supposed to be messed up. That's how fun. Fun, exciting changes going on in the shop, which is super cool. Up on top of the counter, you will notice 2 very awesome displays. The first of which Andrew's giving you a view of is our upcoming signing on March 30th. Matt Rosenberg and Tyler Boss, who are very well known for their collaboration on What's the Furthest From Here, one of my favorite Image books, but have together and separately written some very, very fantastic stuff across the small press realm. Matt Rosenberg has written a lot of DC stuff that looks really great, like the Joker and DC vs. Vampires, which is like a fave of the shop. But they have a lot of really good material, fun stuff you may not have given a shot to before. So we're happy to be carrying that, and both of them have new books coming out the Wednesday before the signing. So it's an excellent opportunity to pick up, book up from your local comic shop, and then get it signed on the Sunday prior. So again, or following. So again, that is March 30th. It's a Sunday. They'll be here from 4 to 6. They are doing 31 comic shops in 31 days, and I believe we are the last one.
Oh, really?
Well, March only has 30 days.
Yeah. No, March has 30.
One of the last?
No.
Second to last?
No, it doesn't. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
March has 31 days. January?
Let's
I feel like it's a matter of
look at
opinion, honestly.
the calendar says 31.
It's a matter of opinion.
Maybe that calendar's wrong.
It's not.
That
Sure.
calendar. Okay. Can we start over?
30 days.
Hello, everyone.
I understand that I'm incorrect. I'm just trying to figure out why. Go to your side of the table and let me do the beginning of this. Jesus Christ. He always sneaks up behind me in the beginning, and I'm like, wait, are you trying to say something? And I don't know. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, cool. The other cool display behind Andrea is a really fun Summer of Super display. So we got they provided us a really cool discount list for excellent Superman graphic novels. We have stocked up on them. They're not even all right here. We've got a bunch that are going to hit the table when we get some room. We're going to have a standee display, which is something I never thought John Dudas would sign up for. But we've got all the classic Superman staples, some modern staples, and we'd love to sell them to you, especially because we're all about to be very excited about the movie that takes place in our hometown. So that's where
Yeah.
Metropolis, but
It's
so that's happening right there. What was the other thing I was going to mention? Oh, Late Night Comics is going to happen normally this month. It is on the 3rd Thursday of the month, the 20th, which is great. And we're all excited to get back to that kind of normal. So that's cool.
first appearance?
Yeah, first appearance. We have one first appearance this evening. It is cool. It's an Aquaman. It's a villain named Dagon. He's super purple. Yep. Yeah, he's sitting on a throne. He looks pretty frightening. John was in the shop earlier and put out a lot of new dollar books. So if you are a constant dollar hunter, please feel free to come in here and dig through those. Otherwise, we'll get to new stuff on the table. It is it's a week of reprints and really fantastic collections, not the least of which being East of West End Times Compendium, one of my favorite Image series. It is the complete series collected in one honker of a book for $60. It is one of the most fun takes on making you fall in love with a group of characters and then slowly killing them off. It's a little bit of Book of Revelations. It's a lot Western. It's a lot of sci-fi. And it's a really, really great read, start to finish. So they let you do that all in one book. And I know that John Shear feels the same way. Omnibus provided to us by Image this week, which is the Chew Nomnibus. This book is full of food puns, but it is not always fun. It's a very fun book, but it will also break your heart in a lot of ways at certain times. The elevator pitch for this book is super fun. There's an FBI agent who exists in a world where some foods are outlawed, which seems kind of funny to us, but it's not super funny to them. Chicken being the main thing. So chicken is a federal offense to consume. And this FBI agent has a special superpower where he can eat something and be able to see the history of the thing he just consumed. And I say thing because it's not always food. The only thing that he can safely consume is beets.
Yep.
And when he eats a beet, he's fine. So he's always eating canned beets or going to the farmer's market and grabbing a fresh one. And he doesn't have to live through the horrible psychosis of reliving the beet's life. Next to that, the complete series for Jeff Lemire's Fish Flies in a beautiful hardcover. That's the most recent miniseries from him. Next to it, we've got Volume 2 of Feral, which is a book that continues to get rave reviews from the staff here. For fans of Stray Dogs, this is essentially Walking Dead with cats, but that's a little bit underselling it. We were able to gush about it with Tony Fleece over the weekend, a couple weekends ago, and he appreciates all the positive feedback. Chip Zdarsky was also someone who was in the same room as me a couple weekends ago. I'm not going to say I talked to him because I did not. Oh, I did offer him a ride in our car trunk. That's right. But Domain is a miniseries most recently wrapped up by him, and that's completely collected there. Next to that, one reprint from Image this week, but it's a biggie. One of our absolute favorite first issues this year was Bug Wars. It is very simply Game of Thrones meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and that is the perfect way that Jason Aaron pitched it, and it's the perfect way for them to conceive it and produce it. It's awesome. And if you just want to see how much fun they're having with this book, you look at the UPC code and they put a couple little ants on there. But I promise you, the entire book is not that cute. It is much more hardcore. So please give us a shot on issue 1. Issue 2 has not come out yet, so you are in time to pre-order it. Great miniseries that's going to be. Starting with the new Image stuff, we've got Transformers number 18. They are in the middle of a story arc at the moment, but I believe this is the penultimate issue of that story arc. So there's cover A for number 18. There's cover B. Here's cover C. The 1 in 25 variant for $12 has a lot going on. I definitely encourage you to pause the video when you rewatch it for the 4th time, obviously, and check out all the awesome little Energon Easter eggs in here. Then we have a 1 in 50 variant for $20. And that brings us up to another Energon Universe title coming out this week. We got Void Rivals there, number 17, also in a story arc. But in this one, we do find out a lot of history about the current situation in Void Rivals, including this sacred ring that these two civilizations exist on. We get a lot of information about that. So there's cover A. Here's cover B. Here's cover C. We're doing the 1 in 25 variant for $12 and the 1 in 50 variant for $20. Right above that, we've got Napalm Lullaby from Rick Remender on issue number 9. And then we've got The Moon is Following Us from Daniel Warren Johnson with a skewered half shark on issue number 7, cover A.
Such a good cover.
And cover B has the skewered but still relatively alive half shark. Death of Copra is on issue number 3. And Witchblade's on number 9. Above that, Ghost Machine tie-ins get us Redcoat number 10. So we're starting with the Annie Oakley story arc. There's your cover B. Here's your cover C. Geiger's on issue number 12 with a relative origin for the Glowing Lady, which I was very excited about. And then Snot Girl is on issue number 19. New number 1 from Image this week is from Dennis Camp, who, if you are at all interested in his writing, is writing Ultimates for Marvel right now and killing it. Assorted Crisis Events is going to be an anthology book. It has 1 story per issue, and I'll tell you, I really, really like this story. It's bleak. It's a little bit of a commentary on the times, but it's got a lot of sci-fi elements to it, a lot of life elements to it. John Shear, honest to God, closed this book earlier and went, what did I read? And it's not that weird. Like, you know what you're seeing. You know what I mean? You're not just like, where did her hands go? It's not like that. It's like, what are we being told? Almost what are we being told that we didn't already know?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about it.
It's a wonderful book. And knowing that it's just a one-shot with a bunch of anthology stories within, like, Assorted Crisis Events, I'm like, I went from, like, going, to, like, okay, yeah, putting that in the file. Like, immediately. Like, yeah, it's that good.
The crisis event in this one, I guess, is like a world where time variances happen so regularly that it's either commonplace or you don't even realize what's happening to you. It's like that kind of time variance of weird, but it's a very, very down-to-earth story about one woman, which is really, really cool. In just a world that's on fire, honestly. Next to it, we've got Spawn on issue number 362. We've got Spawn Violator Origin on the last issue of the miniseries, issue number 6 of 6. Hive kicked it off a couple weeks ago with issue 1. Here's issue 2. And then we've got some collected Marvel editions. NYX has their, or Nyx, I still don't remember, has their first ongoing paperback volume. And the current X-Men run has their first ongoing paperback volume, which I love the way whenever X-Men has a new era, they kind of put out a new spine status quo. So, you know, you can see that one. Above that, we got an omnibus from Marvel this week. It's Doctor Strange, the Master of the Mystic Arts, and it is his complete first appearances, isn't it?
It's the second run of stuff. So it's all the, like, his ongoing time.
Oh, okay. We're going from Marvel Premiere number 3 through number 14, and then the second Doctor Strange ongoing number 122, number 1 through 22 with the annual. So, yeah, sorry about that. Then just in time for a much anticipated movie coming out around Free Comic Book Day, you got Thunderbolts. They're doing some collected single character sagas. This is the saga of the Winter Soldier, and then next to it we've got a paperback saga of Yelena Belova, and then a epic collection, modern epic for Miles Morales. This is volume 1 in Miles's modern epic collection. So you'll have his first appearance and a bit of the ongoing in there. And they are reprinting Age of Apocalypse yet again. If you have ever shopped in a comic shop, you know that this is not new.
But the fact that it's back again is cause for celebration, because it has been out of print for a minute, I think.
Cool. All right. Cool. Age of Apocalypse, babe. On the Alien side of things from Marvel, we're finishing up Paradiso, the 4-issue miniseries. So there's issue 4, cover A. Probably the grossest cover of the week.
I think so.
That is a
just now
human
realized.
head.
Yeah.
That is a man's head. Yep. Give him a good view.
Yep.
There's that's cover A with the man head on it. There's cover B. The Star Wars side of things gets us Vader's Legacy, Star Wars Legacy of Vader, number 2. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Pretty rad. West Coast Avengers is on issue number 5 this week. They're playing around with the new villain. I keep on thinking he's a vampire just because of these little...
Oh, yeah.
I just keep on glancing at the kind of fang-shaped things. So there's your cover A. There's your cover B by Todd Knock. Power Man Timeless is on issue number 2. I am going to continue singing the praises of this book as looking like a book that should be bad. And it is not. It is absolutely the coolest end-of-the-universe Heroes for Hire story you will read. Luke Cage is characterized so well, and even the kind of dumb-sounding villain who can cut through universes or whatever from the first issue really, really, really comes into his own on this one. So there's number 2, cover A. Your cover B's got a hulked-out Luke Cage, and then we're moving on to Sabretooth there on issue number 4 of 5, so there's a penultimate issue there versus Iron Man. Number 4, cover A. Here's your cover B. Phoenix is on issue number 9. Speaking of single issue X-Men stories. So there's your cover A, there's your cover B, and here's your cover C. I didn't notice that this is kind of Superman on the Neil Adams looking one.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't really, it's not really an homage, but it's kind of looking like it. Namor's on issue number 8, so we're also on a penultimate issue for this.
8 of 8.
Oh, is this the last one?
Yeah, they doubled up the last 2 issues to make it an 8-issue series. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, then the end of Namor miniseries right here. There's your cover A. There's your cover B. All New Venom's trucking along with issue number 4. And I love seeing MODOK get beat up.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
There's your cover A. Here's your cover B, which gives me Nightmare Before Christmas vibes.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And cover C, which is just phenomenal. Look at him. There he is.
Yep.
It's a Hell Week. We've got Hellverine, issue number 4. Well, they're putting them out the same week.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that?
No.
Kyle said it
It's a whole
yesterday.
row.
There's issue number 4, cover A. Next to it's cover B. And then a 1 in 25 variant for $20. I do not know why that shot up in price, but it did. And then the Hell Week continues with Hell Hunters, issue number 4. There's your cover A, the only cover we have on the table. Deadpool's on issue number 12. He's still hunting down Spider-Man Miles Morales. So that is a crossover issue there. There's your cover A and only cover. Then we got a fun X-Men reprint. I'll hold it up just because we
Okay,
can get
yeah,
closer with
yeah.
the weirdness. Pan-Dimensional Company, something or other, has been reprinting Marvel books in 3D that weren't originally in 3D. So that's not your phone or computer. That is meant for 3D glasses that are included with the book. No, Psylocke does not have 4 boobs or Gambit have 2 stabs. That is just... Why isn't Rogue all 3D'd? Oh, Rogue got hosed.
What?
Okay. Well, anyway, you can
She's there
see...
to give it foreground.
Yeah, I guess. With the glasses on. Yeah.
What? Whatever. Rogue got hosed. Anyway, you get 3D glasses with the book, so you can see Rogue in 3D in the middle. That's really fun. Those reprints are really cool, and they are always between 10 and $15. This one's 15. But next to it, we have the X-Men crossover continuing with X-Manhunt. See, the little guy continues to run. So this is part 4. This glare is killer. I don't know how you do this. Part 4 of X-Manhunt is in X-Men number 13. There's your cover A, your cover B with the Wonderful Storm, and your 1 in 50 variant with Storm with no title. So that's for $20. And then part 5 of X-Manhunt is X-Factor number 8. There is your cover on the table. The next row is also a row of tie-ins. This time it is a One World Under Doom tie-in row. Spider-Man is dipping his toes into 2 crossovers, or 2 story arcs this week. The One World Under Doom and 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, which is fitting because the Doom stuff kind of started with Spider-Man anyway. So there's your cover A. Your cover B is the Scotty Young 8 Deaths variant, and the 1 in 25 Black Cat variant is kind of the first real death variant for Spider-Man beyond him being cartoonishly electrocuted. He is freaking dead. Then the Iron Man issue number 6 is a One World Under Doom tie-in also. There's your cover A, which is great, but I gotta say I'm a huge fan of cover B on this one. Another fun reprint from Marvel this week gets us up to the top of the table. It is Uncanny X-Men number 133, a classic of classic covers. You may have seen it in all of its fame, reprinted and reassigned to our free comic book day poster several years ago with East 9th and a bunch of Cleveland in the background. Obviously, that's why it's so famous and why we have so many copies on the table.
Yes.
It's not because our boss might be slightly deranged and ordered too many just to get a couple of 1 in 25 variants. No. It couldn't possibly be because of that. No, honest to God, though, it's a very, very classic X-Men issue. Wolverine versus the Hellfire Club in all of its glory. We were kind of half mentioning this book today when some guy in the back of the store was like, "You guys talk about X-Men 133? That thing's awesome." No one talks about that book. So it does have its unsung credit.
Yeah.
Credit where credit's due. So come and grab your copy of that. Next to it is the 1 in 25 variant for $15, which is freaking awesome. You didn't think Hellfire Club goons could look terrified in masks, but they can. Are they robots?
No.
Okay.
They're just goons.
All right.
They're goons.
Can we do something real quick?
I don't know. That is a weird question
So,
in the middle of
how
the
about
video.
I take over Nick Fury versus Fang Foom, and you can do Absolute Superman?
Wow, wish I would have known that before we started the live video. Go ahead.
No. Because they're a series of one-shots that Straczynski's writing. They're like little Marvel team-ups. This one, not so much a team-up, but it is Nick Fury and Fang Foom, and it is set in the days pre-World War II, so Fury is not Sergeant Fury as of yet. You get to see a little background of him. You get to see a background on the Howling Commandos, and it is a nifty little story. Basically, Fang Foom is causing all sorts of ruckus with all sorts of airplanes, and Nick Fury is there to make sure that stops happening. And it's wonderful. If you've liked all the previous one-shots, you'll like this one. It is just a nifty little story, and I really, really liked it, especially being a big Nick Fury fan. Well worth it. Also a reason John really liked it because of that. So, and Ben says no, just keep going on. So we got Absolute
hold on.
Superman. Oh, yep. So cover A, cover B, gotta love the big eye, and then a $25 1 in 25 variant, which is a scene that happens in the book. So yeah, pretty great. Then we move on to DC. All-Star Superman number 5. It's the end of the first arc. Krypton is blown up, and it is phenomenal. Like, this is how Krypton should blow up, and it is terrifying and frightening, and you understand every bit of, like, how alone Cal is in this universe. It's a phenomenal ending, much like Wonder Woman's was. It sets up everything that's going to come in the future, and for all the it's easily the least of the absolutes. It's rising. It's just moving on up that list. It's like, I don't want to be like the third one in command. I want to be number one. This is on its way to doing it. Jason Aaron is really just kicking butt on that. So there's your cover A. Jay Lee did a cover B. We've got a $10 1 in 25 variant, and then we have a $15 1 in 50 variant. Next to that, Batman Dark Patterns. I didn't realize these are little 3-issue arcs, and this one, it's titled The Voice of the Tower, and it's all about Scarface, and it is wonderfully creepy, has a wonderful ending, looks like another 3-parter, but it's continuing from the first 3-part series from Dark Patterns, which was pretty great as well. Green Lantern Corps, issue number 2. It is basically Jon Stewart and Kilowog all issue. It's great. So there's your cover A. Zarity did a cover B. We have a $12 1 in 25 variant for that one there. Aquaman number 3 is that first appearance of Dagon. So there's your cover A. Then we got a Frisson cover B. DC vs. Vampires World War V's on issue number 7. Darkseid has shown up, and things go bad for humans and vampires. It also has a phenomenal backup story with Animal Man, and worth the price of admission for that one there. Philip Kennedy Johnson's Batman Robins on issue number 19. So there's your cover A, your $12 1 in 25 variant for that one there. John Ridley's Superman Action Comics on issue number 1084. There's your cover A and your $10 1 in 25 variant for that one there. We'll go straight to Black Lightning because that's the last of the new books. It's on issue number 5. Then we'll go to the reprint, Absolute Batman number 4. We love it. If you missed it, now's your chance to get it. All sorts of history on Bruce, back when he was a youngster and learning how to be Batman. Then we got a whole slew of facsimiles. First one, Batman Adventures number 12. First appearance of Harley Quinn. So yeah. And also a really great Batgirl story. There's your cover A. We've got a blank cover B. And then we have a spiffy shiny foil variant for that one there. Swamp Thing 37. First full appearance of John Constantine. Great just for 1, John Constantine. 2, Alan Moore. Can't beat it. There's your regular cover. That's cover A. There's a Mondo cover B. We have the action figure cover C. Blank cover D. And a spiffy shiny foil variant for that one there. Detective Comics 31, as Andrea pointed out, and as I read yesterday, first appearance of the Batarang. And man, he uses it a bunch. But it's super cool. It's got all the ads, classic ones. You get a BB pistol for $25, 30 shots. And tons of characters that you've never heard of. Spy by Jerry Siegel. But some that you have, because it's got a full-on Slam Bradley story by Siegel and Schuster in the back, too. But if you're interested in classic Batman, can't get much better than that. There's your cover A and a blank cover B. Lots of DC trades this week. Suicide Squad from DC Finest. It's Trial by Fire. It's the Legends miniseries, issues 1 through 10 of Suicide Squad, and a whole bunch of other stuff, all collected in their DC Finest collection. Green Arrow Against the Wall is volume 3 of the Green Arrow series. Superman 78, the first one in trade paperback, finally, after about 3 years. Batman Detective Comics, it's Gotham Nocturne Act 3. It's volume 5 in the Detective Comics collection. My Adventures with Superman, the whole collection of that is here. Mystic U was originally a 3-issue miniseries. They've collected in a little manga format just so you can get some cool Zatanna. So we've got that collection there. Then we move on to Dark Horse. From the World of Minor Threats, welcome to Twilight. I can't wait to read it. I've been reading all of these.
but this one's got Mike Allred artwork, and it, just by flipping through, looks fantastic. There's your cover A, and then your Mike Allred cover B. Also from Dark Horse, EC Archives, Haunt to Fear. This one's volume 5. And then Andrea's Pick of the Week, Lester of the Lesser Gods by Eric Powell and Lucky Yates.
Beautiful hardcover.
Beautiful hardcover. Like, I cannot believe Lester got a hardcover collection.
That didn't necessarily deserve a hardcover.
I know.
I'm not going to say it's a crappy book. I'm just saying, like, they don't put everything in hardcover.
Yeah.
No, but Lester gets it.
Yep.
I mean, and honestly, if something needed a hardcover, Duck and Cover might have been it. Scott Snyder and Raphael Albuquerque wrote a whole book about, like, a bomb drops and the kids hide underneath the desks and the whole world has changed. And it is fantastic. 3 issues of Scott Snyder wonderfulness, all collected there.
He's pumping out ideas like crazy.
It's insane. Assassin's Creed Mirage, issue number 1. Got that there. Jupiter's Legacy finale. It is the finale. Issue 5 is it. If you're liking Jupiter's Legacy and you just want to see how it ends, there you go. Below that, Dark Pyramid by Mad Cave. Paul Tobin wrote it. There is no pyramid as of yet. And what else we got to say about it?
Oh, okay. So it's essentially it breaks down to a kind of annoying streamer is hiking a mountain by himself, which is ill-advised, and he falls.
Whoops.
And he lands in a really creepy, mysterious, otherworldly temple, and his stream cuts out. So all of his it's a cool narrative style because you see all of his followers like we all listen to podcasts like while we're in the bathroom or when we're driving to work or when our kids are screaming in the background, and they kind of like rally together to find him. It follows his girlfriend who's supported by all of them, but she goes to this tiny little Alaskan town to try and hike the mountain and retrace his steps. But it's amidst like a lot of mystery in the town too. So it does not have a pyramid in the first issue, which is weird, but I'm assuming what he found was pyramid-like. So
Yeah.
Issue 1. There we go. Also issue 1, but it's a reprint. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, X Naruto. Kyle's like one of his favorite books when this came out. But also I was going to say, it's a pretty great Turtles crossover book, and does well by Turtles, does well by Naruto. We sold out instantly, so now we got a big old stack. So if you missed it the first time, get it now. They're doing a second print number 2 as well. So Star Trek Lower Decks on issue number 5, and the Star Trek ongoing series on issue number 30. Next to that, we've got Tongues.
It is a trippy book.
Yeah, I was flipping through it earlier.
Tells a little bit of the Prometheus story. There's like 3 different stories in there. One of them is like the Prometheus story, and I forget what the other 2 are. But gorgeous looking book, gorgeous looking artwork. I wonder if I can turn to one. Yes, and there's nothing innocuous.
Oh, look, there's not a crow tearing a teddy bear
It's
apart
fine.
and it becoming a bloody, horrible mess.
Right, which has happened
Yes.
in this book.
Yes.
So, yes. So we've got that there. And then below that, we've got our Mad Cave stuff. Gotcha Man, Only One Earth, issue number 2. Flash Gordon's on issue number 7. Regular Gotcha Man's also on issue number 7. And then Babs from Garth Ennis is on issue number 6. Below that, we got some discounted graphic novels. We got Michael Recycle. We got Origin of Cheetah, Origin of Cyborg, Origin of Storm, Origin of Beppo the Super Monkey,
Origin
Origin
going
of
to be in the Superman movie.
Badge.
I made that up.
Man, that'd be
I mean, it might happen. We don't
Who
know.
knows?
We don't know.
We got a new Max Meow book, and then we got some cool Dr. Seuss graphic novels by
Different people.
James Kachalka, Art Balthazar, and Katie Van Doren. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Cat Out of Water, Green Eggs and Ham, Grinch Takes a Vacation.
We're
Of
not
course
kidding when
Grinch.
we come back from Comics Pro with ideas and new stuff to order, so you'll see a lot of new stuff coming up in the shop. You'll also see a lot of stuff discounted, because with new stuff comes in with the new, out with the old. So we are going to revamp our manga section a little bit. You'll see some discounted manga go out, also some new volumes, so we'll keep that stock fresh. But for the most part, we are very excited to welcome Rosenberg and Boss here for a signing at the end of the month, and to celebrate Superman Day throughout the summer, or Superman Summer throughout the summer. We also did restock a ton of classic and evergreen Daredevil stories to go along with these this, I guess, new resurgence of Daredevil love. I don't know why. Is there a show
Who
or
knows?
something?
Yeah.
An amazing
I don't know
show.
TV. But other than that, keep an eye out for new dollar books leading up into our late night on the 20th. Other than that, that was our new comic table for Tuesday night, and we'll see you tomorrow for your comic books.